Thanks, Zainab, and we'll delve right into it. Thanks for making time for us, Kumi Naidoo. I know you just came from Kakuma just a few minutes ago. Right, thanks for making time for us. Let's get straight into it. What is Amnesty International's position over the Uganda standoff? Chadondo East MP Chagulanyi is still in custody. More than 70 people arrested so far, several others injured. What is the position of Amnesty International?
Well, firstly, this should not be happening at all. We call upon the government to firstly release MP Bobby Wine so that he can get treatment, because we've actually, in his case, some MPs have got to see him to see that he's really badly injured, and we appeal to the government to release him so that he can get treatment and that due process is followed. We also oppose the fact that he's being taken to a military court. That sounds like an exceptional thing to do. He should be taken through a normal court. We still don't know about the second MP, Zake. There's no knowledge about exactly where he is. We call on the government to make that information available and again follow proper process and not to try him in a military court.
Yeah. Have you been able to reach out to the government though?
We have not yet succeeded in reaching out to them, but we are reaching out to them in the sense that we are making our position very clear, and through this interview as well, I reach out to President Museveni to say that, you know, when governments behave in this way, it's not a statement of strength, it's actually a statement of weakness, that we need, and now it's understandable that citizens who voted for these MPs are going to protest, because these are the people they wanted to represent them in Parliament.
So what is the next course of action? Should they
firstly, right now,
your appeal?
Well, what I think that they need to do with regard to the growing escalation of violence that we've seen, that government should just respect the freedom of association, assembly and expression. They should not be policing and using the army in the way that they've been doing. Okay. Just the images you've shown in your news earlier shows people being beaten after they've been arrested. That should be understood as illegal and unjust. So we call on government to have due legal process, to release the two MPs, to, if there's any charges, charge them in a proper court, and to desist from using the kinds of violence they've been using to stop protests.
And speaking of illegalities and excesses by the police, in Kenya it's related to Mombasa, where there are several youth who've been complaining and families complaining of the youth disappearance. And